Hi,
Hi, Shaheen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I like your top.
Oh, thank you. It's old one.
It's an old one.
Yeah. Did you
So do
get
you
a
like?
new haircut? Yeah, it's looking nice. And what about highlighting?
Yeah, so I had a bit of a trim, a bit of a cut, because it's
Okay.
been a long time since I had a haircut. And yeah, can you see the blonde
Yes, yes, yes.
blonde highlights?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah,
Looking pretty.
thank you. Christmas hair. I think I need a new scarf for Christmas.
You'll need at least 1 dozen scarf to change every day.
Well, I have a dozen scarves, but I put them on and then I think, no. I seem to always wear the same two or three scarves. So yeah, I do need some new ones.
Already
Or
you have, then why you are not using those?
I know I put one on earlier and I just looked and it was like a white one with spots on. And I just thought I looked pale,
You're very conscious.
pale,
Hell. I'm
pale.
I'm not going to learn this again.
We're gonna you
I
asked for
need
some
some
more
different
practice.
stuff, this same sound, different stuff. If stuff is same, then
We're gonna
we'll
practice.
change lesson. I knew it. I'm not struggling with E sound. I'm struggling with eh, a.
Yes, okay. So this is I. So what I thought I'd do is I'd add another vowel sound to mix it up. So you're practicing um, the and the a again in a sentence because and a are minimal pairs and and I are minimal pairs. So I just thought it might be a bit challenging to try to add to mix two sets of minimal pairs today and see how it is.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got let, I.
Let, lit, late.
Good. Okay, right.
One of my friends, she's from India. She's proper from Delhi, I think, or nearby area. Now she's living in Japan, Tokyo. Her
Ah,
name is Shama Rao. She pointed out that mistake. I was not aware about mistake that I'm making that mistake. And one more friend of mine, Sunita Juneja. She's from Delhi, NCR. She always point out my mistakes and tell me that you have to change this and that. And means if I'm facing some grammatical problems, I ask. She is an IELTS expert,
mm-hmm.
and she always tell me about all those things. So I felt both of are my true friends because to my other friends, whenever I ask that how is it or what should I change or how are my thumbnails, suggest me something, they do not reply, they do not comment. So I felt like why they are behaving. So since I have joined Cambly, so many people are behaving like this. It's really weird for me. But among all my friends, I found that Shama Rao from Japan, Tokyo, and Sunita Juneja from Delhi NCR, both are really nice with me, and they are helping me to point out my mistakes and my weakness to work it on.
Right. Oh, good. Okay, so so we know and a and v and w. So what else have they noticed? What have they pointed out?
Shama Rao noticed that only, and a, and Sunita sometimes suggests me for pronunciation. In my previous video, when I was talking to tutors, I made some grammatical mistakes and pronunciation mistakes as well. And I expect that when I'm talking to you or other teachers, if I'm making grammatical mistake or I'm making pronunciation mistakes, it's teacher's duty to correct me.
Yes.
What teachers do, they let me speak wrong and they do not correct me. So I don't like this part. And one comment came on my YouTube video that I don't know which video is it. It's not yours. I was asking a tutor that when have you been to India? So comment was like that. If you are asking, have you been to India? You should not use when with that.
No, when did you? When did you go?
When, yeah. So I asked, when have you been to India? So I thought that it's teacher's duty if I'm making mistake, because I'm here to learn.
Well, there are two. Yes, there's different ways of doing it. Some students, like we do talk about these issues as tutors, and sometimes you don't want to interrupt every time for a mistake.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But at the end of the class,
yes,
or when means before 2 minutes of class, or when I finish my sentence, that time teacher can correct me because I'm here to learn.
Yes, well, yes, what we can...
Unless and until teacher correct me, how can I learn? Otherwise, I'll keep talking those sentences wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when we see a student, their profile, it either says, correct me after every mistake, or only correct me after serious mistakes, or correct me at the end. And that's why with a lot of my students, I use the chat box, because they're talking. I don't want to stop their flow, because, you know, they're working on speaking fluently.
But you can point out, you can type it or note down, and at the end of the class, within last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yes, that's why I put it in the chat box. So I remember, and after the lesson, they can go and read the comments. So yes, I do. I put them in. So one thing I have noticed just now that you do say is, you were talking about one of your friends in Japan, and she said she always point out my mistakes instead of she always points out my mistakes for the present simple. So I think it's just...
Yeah, I need it. I need it.
I think it's
that kind of correction.
I think that's more pronunciation than grammar, because you know the present simple. So yes.
I knew, but when I speak, I make mistakes.
Yeah, well, yes, of course. Yes. So that's just one thing. You were talking about two friends, and you said twice that she points out, or I can't remember the other verb you used.
Pointed out, I think.
She points. You were using the present simple, but she said she point out instead of she points out.
She points out.
Yeah. Okay. So that's one thing for us to remember. I'm good. So it's the third person.
So should I mention in my profile that teacher should correct me with my pronunciation and grammar?
Yeah, I'll just look at your profile now. Okay. Yes, on your profile, it says, correct me at the end of the session.
But teachers do not.
No. Okay. Well, you often don't really have time to look at a student's profile before they call. For example, I've got you now, and then I've got two other students, but I won't even get 1 second in between the lessons. I can have a look in the lesson, you know, if I'm thinking about it. But I suppose the best thing would be maybe for you to say at the beginning of each lesson, you know, hi, I'm Shaheen, blah, blah, blah. And then, please, could you correct me after every mistake? Just so they, you know, they remember throughout at the beginning of the lesson, and then they can do that.
Okay.
Because some students actually get a little bit angry if you constantly like interrupt them and correct them.
But how they will improve if they are angry?
So yeah, that's another mistake. That how will they improve? Not how will they improve?
Right. It's necessary. It's necessary. When you'll point out my mistake, then I'll keep in my mind, yeah, I have made that mistake, and I'll not repeat it.
Some students have got intermediate grammar, and they're actually quite happy with that. They just want to be able to use it more fluently. So some students I've got some students who they want to learn English, but they don't want any grammar. And I think, well, it's going to take a long time if you don't let me teach you some grammar.
Okay. Before finishing the class, before 2 or 3 minutes, you can correct them or just put in chat.
Yeah, I do. I fill their chat with stuff, but if they don't want me to teach them the present perfect, then
no need to teach them present perfect, but at least you can tell them that you have made that kind of mistakes. Like I said, she point out my mistake. She points out my mistake.
Yeah,
it's important.
Yeah. So yes, that's just it. Different students want different things as well. But if you're at the beginning of a lesson with a new tutor, I would suggest that you make it clear at the beginning.
Okay.
So they don't feel uncomfortable stopping you.
Okay.
All right.
And I'm always happy if the tutors stop me and tell me, or if they correct me at the end of the class. I'm happy with it because I'm here to learn. I'm a student. I'm not an expert.
Yeah, no problem. That's why you're here. Okay.
I'm not an expert. I said I'm not an expert. It should be I'm not an expert.
Yeah, I'm not an expert. Very smart. I'm not an expert. It's almost you can't hear it. I'm not an expert.
Give me a nice smile. I'll take a snap.
Okay.
It's the same.
I know.
Like that.
I need a new scarf. Do you want me to take my scarf off?
Yeah. Remove your scarf.
Take a photo of my neck.
Put it off.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, I'll do the lesson with no scarf today.
Yes.
I'll just try not to look at my neck. Okay, Shaheen, let's crack on. All right. So yes, I've mixed it up a little bit today. We're still doing and A, but I've mixed it up a little bit with a third vowel sound. I. I'll go to the beginning. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go over and A again. Okay, and at the end, we'll just check that the vocabulary, check that you know all the vocabulary. So do you want me to say them first, or are you going to say them?
First, let me tell you first, and then if I'm wrong, then you correct me. Bet, bait, get, gate, det, date. Det has a silent B.
Good, yeah.
Wet, wait. Gel, jail. Bell, bail. Sell, sail. Hell, hail. Pal, pale. Quell, quell. Shell, shell. Red, raid. Red, raid. Snail, snail. Mel, male.
Okay, a Mel is a name, a man's name or a female name. Okay, could you just say this one again?
Well, whale.
Okay, good. And this one?
Shell, shell.
Okay. This one.
I'm pronouncing it consciously, that's why I'm correct. Otherwise, I make mistake. Red, raid.
Good. Okay. Okay, so let's just have a look at those words. Do you know the word bait?
No.
Okay.
Bait.
Yeah.
Belt.
Bait.
Bait or belt?
Oh no, not the second one. This one here. Bait.
Bait. What's the meaning of bait?
Do you want me to enlarge?
Food used to catch fish or other animal. Okay.
So sweet corn makes excellent bait for fishing.
Okay.
So yeah, so bait, you put sweet corn or something on a hook for the fish. So yeah, it's a
bait.
Or you can put bait in a trap to catch a wild animal. Okay, the next one is bail.
Bail. Bait, bale.
Good. So
a bale of straw or hay.
Good.
bale of straw or hay, hay,
Hay, bale.
hay or hay, hay or hay,
Hay.
hay, A-E sound,
Yeah.
A.
Hay, yeah. So, hay, bale.
Okay. Hay, bale.
Right. Okay, so there's a difference between straw and hay. Hay is the stuff that animals eat, and
Okay.
straw is the stuff you put in a horse's stable on the floor.
Okay.
So hay, straw, and they are both. If you come to England in August, you will see the fields are full of hay bales.
Okay. Bale, bale, hay.
Good. And then we had up here, we had well and whale.
Well, 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 and whale. Well and whale.
So yeah, so well, I feel well.
Ale. I think we should make some sound from here. Whale,
Whale.
whale.
Okay, so the meaning of whale. Whale. Okay, so whale is spelled differently, is the whale in the sea.
Whale. Cry of pain, grief, or anger. Christopher, let you out a whale. Let out a whale. Christopher, let out a whale.
Good. So there's two meanings of whale. Whale, ah, and whale in the sea.
In the sea.
Yeah, in the sea it would be this. Whale.
Okay, it's a fish. Whale
Yeah.
fish. Yeah.
Whale, whale. Same pronunciation.
Well, well. A sound is
Yeah,
there.
say it again. Same pronunciation.
There. I always make mistake when I say there. I should say there.
There.
Then there. Then there are. I say there are.
No, that's correct. There are.
If suppose next word is a vowel, then I'll have to pronounce there are.
There
Otherwise, there are.
There are. Yeah.
There are. Okay. Because A is again a vowel. That's why there are. And there was.
Yeah, don't forget though, across England, also Scotland, Wales, or any English-speaking country, but even within just England, people say words very differently. There's no correct way to say it, really. If it's there or there, slight differences. We English people have the same thing, so there isn't one correct way to say it, and the others are all wrong. So,
okay. Means rule is that we should not pronounce R at the end of the word, only in the beginning, or when a vowel come after R, then only we can pronounce R. It's the rule of phonetics.
yeah, there are.
So
There.
So I think like that.
That's right. That's correct. So can you say vowel again?
Vowel. Vowel.
You want me to correct all your mistakes?
Yes. Then only I'll learn. Otherwise, I'll keep talking wrong. And if I practice on cambly for 1 year, I'll not.
Oh, well, you're definitely improving already in 2 months, 3 months.
My pronunciations are improving, but what about my grammatical mistakes?
Oh, well, your grammar is good. I will start to point out your grammar mistakes more to you, but often I miss them a little bit because I'm so busy concentrating on the pronunciation side of things. So I'll start to concentrate on your grammar as well. Yes. Okay, so then we've got pell and pale.
Pell and pale. Pell and pale.
Okay, what's the meaning of the second one, pale?
Pale is like not glowing or
Yeah.
after sickness or illness, a person is like looking dull.
Yeah, good, yeah. So
And pale means a heap of something is pale, and pale is dull.
Pell, we don't use Pell anymore, which is why I've put it's an obsolete word. We don't really use it. It's an old word. But
Why don't you use it?
I think it's just with time, words are used when they're not used so much. They just disappear from the language. So it's still there. I know the word Pell, but most people won't know it. Most people will call it.
What's the meaning of
So
pale?
most people will call it hide. You know, like the cow's hide, the cow's skin.
Okay, why you Britishers make language so complicated? Means you disappear previous words and you are bringing new words. Means the person who is learning English should get
Yeah, we're
confused.
just challenging you, just being difficult.
And I think you think that your language should not learn other people.
This is a very old word that people don't really use anymore. So they tend to say the hide of a cow. Okay, so then we've got
The hide or skin of an animal. Obsolete.
yeah,
Obsolete.
obsolete.
Okay. Obsolete.
Yeah.
Okay. Quell. To put an end to something. Quell.
Good. So there's two meanings of quell.
Quell.
Whoops, forgot that.
To silence someone cannot quell him with a look.
Yeah, so
To suppress a feeling, she quelled the urge to cry.
so if you want to silence somebody, you can.
I have an idea. I forgot to tell you. I just want to check that how in your family you speak English with each other, because as a teacher you slow down your speed and you try to pronounce each and every word clearly for your students. Am I right?
It depends on the student. Some more than others. Yeah, but
I think you slow down for me as well and you try to pronounce clearly.
well, I've been teaching English so long, it's kind of just ingrained in my head now, and I do speak quite clearly and slowly to the kids.
No. I have an idea. In class, call your one or two kids and you talk with each other. I want to interact with them. Then I'll come to know that can I understand real English or can I speak comfortably with them?
Well,
is it possible?
It's not on this platform because it's against the rules. People get into trouble if they have their kids on the camera. So that's the problem.
No, I just want to check myself that can I understand native speakers when they are speaking in their natural flow or tone?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. One time, why don't we do it? But I'll just turn the camera off so you can hear our conversation.
Okay. I can at least read lips. Okay, if it's not a kid, you can call anyone adult or the person who can speak with me like native speakers, not like I'm a student or the person should reduce speed.
Let me have a think about it. I'll get back to you on that.
or you can ask to Cambly.
Yeah, or I could do. Yeah, I could. I'll get back to you on that.
You email them and you ask them that one of my student is asking for this. Just I want to check my listening skill, and I want to communicate with them.
Okay, I'll have a think about it and message you. Okay, so to quell something. Okay, and then we've got shale. Shale is thin rock.
Yeah. Okay, thin rock.
And snell.
Shale. Snell. Short sand of horsehair to attach a hook to. A fish
Yeah.
line.
Sorry. Yeah.
Horsehair.
Horsehair.
Attached to hook, a fish line. Okay, so for fishing, horsehair is to be used.
I think, yeah, if I don't know much about fishing, you'll have to ask my husband, to be honest. But this is just, I'd never heard of the word snell before, but I Googled it. So I presume so, but I'm not a fisher. I'm not a fisherman. I'm a fisherman's wife.
Okay.
All right, let's have a look at. Okay, we've only got 4 minutes, so we'll skip this. We could maybe look back at that tomorrow. Okay, let's do some practice. So we've got some A, some E, and some I vowels in here with the others. Okay, would you like to try that one?
Crane and Megan. Crane.
Hang on. Yeah, 1 minute. Let me get it bigger. Is that better?
Okay. Crane. Am I pronouncing it correctly?
Craig with a G on the end.
Craig and Megan fell to raid the shop for precious gems and went to jail.
So if you listen, Craig
went to jail.
So precious gems.
Precious. I make a mistake, like I say like precious, but
yeah, it's just
precious.
So Craig and Megan fail to raid.
Craig and Megan
fail to raid the shop.
Went to jail.
Yeah. So Craig and Megan fail to raid the shop.
Craig and Megan failed to raid the shop
for precious gems.
For precious gems.
And went to jail.
And went to jail. Jail. It should be jail. You are invisible. Only I can see slide. You are like Mr.
Can you see me now?
No, I cannot see you. But I can see slide.
Okay.
I hit my head on the wet gate, and now I don't feel well.
Good. Okay, let me share it again. Can you see me now? Oh dear.
No.
Maybe your recording will work.
Yeah, recording will work.
That's okay. You can watch it back. Okay.
Yes. On Wednesday, Jim drank too much ale.
Mm-hmm.
Ale, fell over and ended up dead.
Good. On Wednesday, Jim drank too much ale, fell over and ended up dead.
On Wednesday, Jim drank too much ale, fell over and ended up dead. Dead. Fell over.
Again.
Fell over.
It's that naughty V sound again.
Fell over and ended up dead. Ended. I think not ended, it's ended. Ended up
yes,
dead.
It's like it's if you hear the phonetic.
Ended up dead.
Great. Okay. So listen, we still got some of that to finish. So tomorrow, for tomorrow's lesson, I'll compile a revision of some of the vowel sounds that we've been doing, and we can practice again tomorrow. And then for next week, if you want lessons with me next week, I have done some research on some consonant sounds that typically typically Indian
Okay.
speakers struggle with. So we'll try some.
And point out
I
what I'm
will.
struggling with. Now, time
See
is
you later.
running.
Have a good
Bye. Good
sleep.
night.